all that Clint, go, underneath. So he's gonna have a tantrum. No talking, man. No more talking. We're in control. Let's go. See how I just do? I don't talk. That's what I'm saying. Humans are not getting to the point enough for a dog like him. So he's probably gonna avoid me more than try to bite me. Give a little space behind him so I can work him. We'll fix your ears in a second, give you some dignity. So that's his issue, is he feels now with the collar on, and me actually make, see how he's just like a lot of dogs do this when they get into like a pack of other dogs. They're like, oh man, what I thought I could do around humans so readily, which got me into this whole position to begin with, I know better by instinct, right? Or with my brother, who I'm so familiar with, or my sister,
brother.
Brother, okay. You know, I feel like I can get away with it. But you see how like him, he's like, that's what it is. It's almost like they're a bully who is getting away with it because they lived in Beverly Hills and they go move to the rough neighborhood and they're going to act like this. I don't want him to compensate because then it becomes like a pendulum. Half the times he's like this. I want him to be its balance, which means he's like, I got nothing to hide. I'm good. I'm calm, cool, collected because you're keeping track of me. But see, I'm speaking to him with attention and body language, not with words. Because even when he's distracted, here you go. We're going to start handling. Sit. I'm going to use commands to show him what to do. Good, yes. Then we can get into reward and all that. But I want him to learn, now the attention is here. Not keeping track of you, not trying to find it out. Because that's where the issue, I told you, it's him just following every move you make and waiting for the next thing. It's like if you thought you had an intruder in your house, but it was just him, and like, you're like, and then he died, like when he did, where if you knew it was him doing the same touch on your shoulder, you go, oh, hey dad, how you doing? Because your state is not in that ready to go. And that's what I want to take away, even in how he's thinking. And that's why I see right here a dog that probably could be trained if he knows quickly once the collar comes on and someone who's not playing this game as a human can take over. I'm not going to just take over though. I want to actually show him specifically what I want. So I'm going to do some place training. What that's going to do is show him that I want him, like I said earlier, to go to his assigned seat, do his work, which is just sitting or laying until I say so. And I want to start implementing this. You could take his leash off the harness, by the way. I'm pretty sure. And if you want to go deal with...
No, I'm just
that's
monitoring a bit.
No, I know it's hard to hear. And
no, it's not really. Just when they get quiet, I'm like, what's going on?
That's good. Good. But you see, he's not even in the mindset that would try to bite. Like, we'll keep the muzzle on, try to bite me. He's just not there because he doesn't feel that high state of alert, that feeling of, but I don't want him to feel like he's got to be shy about it because, oh wait, this is the normal one around humans. The reality is if there's something to worry about, like even there, see, he wants to follow your dad, I'm engaging him more in my, because that's his impulse is to go to where the action is. It's the fear of missing out, it's the FOMO. So I want him to learn right there when he has it. I correct him back, and this will be place training, so let's start with it. So even here, and I'll get more into specifics of like, okay, eye contact, the moment, but I want to say, hey, you're keeping track of what's going on back there, you have that fear of missing out.
Could I bring him and hold him back, or no?
Maybe in the corner, but because it's not good, but again,
maybe put him in the crate.
if he's barking, no, because if you can keep him calm just in the kitchen, that's fine. But if he's causing kids, it's going to be hard for you to hear and see. No, that I get, I don't want you, I would be mad if you were my neighbor. So, no, I get it. And it's not, that's the issue. It's them having to be. See there, why do you need to move from, because I feel I get through my day. It's just, of course it's not real, but for the dog, they feel that if I follow you, keep track of you, every move you make, we get one more step towards my next meal or the next day, or we survive by me overreacting, then calming down again. Why wouldn't I do it? That's why as puppies, if I saw you at 8 weeks, I'd be like, do not let that. And that's where all the separation anxiety, overprotection, reactivity comes from. It's just them feeling that I got to be so on it that when dad goes to the backyard for 30 seconds, that's a whole event. So what we're doing is replacing it with calm focus, checking in attention. So at some point, that's the normal state. That's why even if we have to tether or crate sometimes, just when you can't, I can't have time for this. Well, they do, so we got to match that with our enthusiasm for training and consistency. It won't be forever if you do it that way, but it's got to be because because then they feel that the other dog is getting in the way of that agenda that seems to work, that now I'm going to not be able to eat because you're in the way of it, or there's too much competition and I'm so overstimulated.
Can I record this as well?
Yeah, I'll send you.
Oh,
I'll send. But that's the whole idea, is it shows that. So even there, when they come back in, and it's not sitting and fixating because mentally now we're disconnected. And that's why I want to start engaging a command. So instead of fighting it, I'm going to place, redirect him, place, sit, down. And we'll get into like basics of teaching this,
Yeah.
but give him a spot. And even here, place, I want to just keep leading him good. And when he fights, we're not going to get into it. I don't want to have a battle here, but I don't give in. So I want to use different techniques. A lot of times if you draw downward with the leash, we're going to do heel, but I want to see this way he's going to fight me because now he thinks, Merry Christmas. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Luke,
Let me
stop.
this in the middle here.
Luke, stop it.
I'm gonna move this.
We just
But
looked
that's the tantrum. Why?
Yeah.
Because there's more action. It was
Yeah.
acceptable for you to listen to
Stop.
me when Blue and you weren't coming and going, but now
Yeah.
that's my point, is that
Yeah.
coming and goings, and that's where the place is gonna teach him place.
Stop.
All that fight, I just wanna show him. So this technique stuff where they're just drilling around,
Yeah,
I don't wanna fight it. It's not about creating more stress.
yeah,
There's a guy called the Dog Daddy. That's not what this is. This is actually just getting him in. Why I'm going low with the leash, it's creating this downward momentum instead of what's called an opposition reflex. If you pull up with a collar or harness, they fight more and they disconnect. Place. So I just want to low. That. See, it just kind of gets him moving. And
Yeah.
then once he's on the place, I want to activate a sit. See how sensitive, see how the skin twitches. I'm gonna do a little energy work with him just because the muzzle's on, but that's his, I hate saying, it's like his chi is, it's like so much, like inside of him feels like shaking a soda bottle. So the whole idea of the training is to build some focus. See how he's just so I just want him to just kind of, like if you get a massage, it relaxes the tension.
yeah,
That's why you have to do this. We're doing this all at once, but I want him to just feel this is how he hangs out with you. This is how he gets his needs met, his everyday routine. But we have to show him because normally he'd be in a fight response, like don't get in the way, but because I'm showing more control and I have the collar and I've got commands and I'm being confident because I got the muzzle, Mr. Tough Dog Trainer, he's like, well, that ain't working, so let me flight. It's like, no, that doesn't work either. And again, the pendulum's gonna keep doing this till you get that balance where he's just calm, cool, collected, and then at some point we don't have to literally force his attention to just do a command and focus on just laying here. That's all it is. Like, I just want you to just lay here, and then once if there was something, heaven forbid, a threat, something wasn't like safe, let him check in with you. That's why a lot of this training is gonna be checking in, creating eye contact. So he's like, hey, I look at you and then I'll see what to do. Instead of I'm gonna assume the worst, whether it be how to get attention, food, or how to deal with your other dog or new people in the house. So that's where we see where he starts trying that flight response. I wanna negate it, but it's not creating a fight. I just wanna, magic marker, just redirect him more
Trying to get him
here.
to lay down? Or?
Not really. I want him to, it's too much at once, and down is like, that's the whole, if I make him have to just lock into like a down position, he's like, now I really can't get up and move. He's doing better than he would have done an hour ago with a new person standing here where he's not reacting. So I'd let him like kind of ease into that. When you're like having him lay it for 20 minutes while you're watching TV or something, you can try working on the down more. Food times, things that he's already into training that you've practiced. But this, I just want to show him that there will be, because I'm going to show him what to do to get off the place. There'll be a command for that. I'm going to tell him how to walk with me. I'm going to tell him how to be released. But if I let him just start breaking a known command, like he knows sit, but he's just doing his own thing, because he's freaking out, he's like, wait, this command doesn't have enough value to trust it at a time of need. That's the point. Commands are always to have a dog do something that they know what to do, and we can communicate it, but with this life and death kind of intention, like, no, it has to happen because I know you can't handle anything else but the command. That's why we start practicing, again, like building the muscle in the gym and using place, how to get the needs met. But even there, just I want to get like that tapping on the shoulder. But this is an insecure dog who's definitely gotten too much, all that jumping and clinging and following. We're done. That's where it's leading to, because it creates this feeling that I do that and I get everything I need. Even though you're not rewarding it, it works. I get through my day that way. And now yours, the other dog, or new things I don't
Along
understand.
with brother competition kind
It
of
almost feels like
driving
it because it's in the way of my ability to do that, which I think is how I go. Or you're competing because you want to do it too. Like when mom's petting you, I want to come in, or vice versa, and all that stuff has to be like, no, you both go to your place, you both do a command at my side, and then you'll get a little pat on the head, or you'll get fed, because then you have to act the part. Like, well, there's no one interaction that's worth that much attention. It's almost like when you come home from somewhere, it's like, down, see, and then that's the same, I'm waiting for it, good. Now, if he is willing to, good down, try one in the muzzle if he wants. I know it's harder than muzzle, but it's good. That's where the reward, when he's actually
never
calming.
takes treats from strangers, that's a good sign.
Because I got him in a calm enough state where he feels, but I had to work it through. That's insane. A lot of people would freak out. A lot of trainers are like, oh my God, the dog. No, skillful. That's why I joke it's not the dog daddy, because what I'm trying to do is ease the dog into, it's really just getting into a space where they thought either reacting or avoiding was working in the past. And I want him to just calmly, and a lot of it's my energy, a lot of it's how, whoops, no, because if he gets off the bed, that's rewarding him for not staying on the bed. So I'm gonna, and I'm okay as half on. I just want him calm. The point is not doing a command, it's what the command achieves to get his state and focus to replace the overreactive, just not even conscious. So commands are gonna be your best friend. You need to start using commands, but in this very meaningful way. Yes, good boy.
Yeah, the last trainer we saw was like awful. We only had like a, what was it called? The first meeting? What do you call it?
Evaluation.
Evaluation?
Was it like a positive reinforcement or shake
No,
can?
he had a soda can with like rocks in it and shook it.
Was
to
it
see-
Barkbusters?
It was in Silmar.
Affordable dog training.
Oh, no, what they're doing is they're trying to put out fires that keep starting, because you're elected, we gotta fix the faulty electrical system. This is very holistic. I'm gonna start talking, I mean, I don't know how much we'll get to in one lesson, but I wanna talk about the nutrition, exercise, type exercise. This
Past
is not
lives.
just everything.
I'm
I mean, when I
joking.
get
I'm joking.
there's these weird trainers that actually they'll come and tell you all that. That's why, it's like, no, it's really just your dog by instinct feels that they've gotta keep track of something they instinctively can't handle because they're a dog. We sometimes, including me, how we act to them makes them feel that we're an equal or something like a resource because they're following us, keeping track of doing what they want. And then as a result, they, for some dogs, feel other things are life or death matters when of course it's not. And that's what I want to get. If your dog does ever need to protect you, let him calmly assess, look at you, and if you are not acting normal, hey, have at it or run away with you. But don't make the assumption, wait and see. And of course you want him to bark once to alert you, but not bark and then get fixated on it. Bark and look for you. That's why the training is like if someone's coming over or you're on your way home or food's gonna happen soon, we're gonna have this place training, all the equipment on beforehand, so the dog feels you're in control way in advance. That's the key. Not to say you don't want to be waiting for, oh, someone's at the door, what do I do when they're barking or jumping? It's like, you should have had a plan before that. That's what a lot of trainers, it's all reactive and they're still like, well, I got away with the behavior. Or the reinforcer ones, the positive ones where, oh, let the dog stop doing it and then throw them treats. So what they're learning is to do all this stuff and then every time when they're done with it, they get a reward. What do you think? They're not going to do that and then get the reward. That's the pattern. They're just following a pattern. So we got to create this kind of chill, filtered, yes. Now I'm going to start engaging command. So now that he's trusting me more and focusing on me, now when he's in command, that's the pattern. Yes, I think you're going to be fine. Good boy. Good. Yes. Does he have some of his favorite treats even? No.
Not really.
You might want to find something like almost like that he could chew that's long, even like it's expensive, but like certain like Chomp's jerky, like it's for humans, but it's all beef or turkey, just so you can fit it in the muzzle. Some people do cut the little slot in the front too. Me, I don't want to stick my fingers in there yet, but I wanted to learn. The idea is the timing. So again, if he's laying there and in his down, he starts looking around or I'm petting him, I don't want to do that. Reward him when he's there. Right, up, right. Yes, right there. If you ever heard of clicker training, it's the same thing. It's a verbal marker. It's the when he's in command, this is the standard. Calm, focused, and checking in with the eye contact. Why? Because it's all about here, how he gets his needs met, not here, all that scanning. And then it just starts becoming more normal to do without all the training being implemented. Yes, good boy. So this is a good dog. So I want to, do you have the collar on Blue yet?
No.
Let's size it for him and let's pull his bed out. I want to show you how to start doing this. I don't want to take Deebo out of command. I'd rather keep
taken out of his?
Yeah, I think so. They're about the same size. If you want to count how many I took out of total, I think you took one more out also back there. So
You take an extra one out?
I think you have to take 4 out of Blues. Take 2 on each side of the plate there.
Okay.
Yes. When we're doing the commands, we're working on the 3D. Yes, see, and this is what I want to teach him. If you stay in command and you don't keep fixating and look here, yes, that's where you get your treat. Good boy, if you want to take it. Yes. So he's like, oh, I know what's going on there, but I don't have to fixate on it. And that's, again, even if it's just you leaving the room for a few minutes. Like, he has to learn to wait patiently and not over-anticipate. I think it's separation anxiety. It's all from that. I don't see a dog. I wouldn't be standing here even with a muzzle on if I thought he was, he's young enough where if we do this, I'll be honest with you, it'd be kind of sad if he didn't get a chance, because I don't see a dog, and I'd be honest if he was like,
It's very
holy sh-.
hard call. And
Yeah, I know what you had as an experience with him, but I don't see a dog that through something that he already understands, I can't influence him with, his instinct to follow a lead and know.
You know,
Yeah.
in full transparency, I'm not beating, but I've been an aggressive guy at times. And
Hey, I've lived that life too myself.
I'm trying
I struggle with it.
not
I'm
to be,
50 and I'm
but
trying
like,
to still
get a
curb my.
fucking kennel or goddamn.
Yeah, I do. And you know, sometimes it works as long as you're not like acting out like where you're hurting them. But if you're like, no, I'm really pissed now. As long as you're not like constantly, because then the dogs like either don't take you seriously, or they just start freaking out around you, or they're worried, they're nervous, like they're gonna it's like okay, I'll listen because that person's putting a gun to my head, but I don't really want to listen to them.
Yeah.
I want to create a relationship. That's why we have to cover everything, so the dog is bonded with you enough to not have to feel a need to go into that place. Yes, good. So we're building the 3 Ds. It's duration, which is teaching him to stay. If he knows I haven't said stay,
Yeah.
he should learn that when he's in the command, it's implied. Staying is part of it until I say something else.
Yeah.
Distance, which is him learning to do this and anywhere in command without him standing, far away. And then distractions, which is everything going on around him while he still listens to his commands.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do. Not your business. I'll turn the other way. Good.
Huh?
I'm gonna try to just imply some commands while I walk away. I'm amazed that it's still even recording. Not sure how I had my phone right there, so I don't know how much we got, but